All right, so this is kind of a more real-world example. So it says the use of the internet in Western Europe has increased dramatically. The figure here shows a scatter plot of online users in Western Europe, together with a graph of the function f that models the data the function is given by, and we have this quadratic function here. Now they show it out to the thousands, where the output is in millions of users. Now in this formula, x is equal to 6 corresponds to 1996. X equals 7 is 1997, and so on until x equals 12 is 2002. Okay, so that's 2002, and this is 1996, and everything between. So we're supposed to evaluate f of 10 and interpret the results. Graph F and estimate the year when the number of internet users reaches 85 million. Okay, so 85 million. Okay, well that's somewhere over here. And solve part B numerically. All right, so f of 10, well, we've plotted it. What they've done is they've plotted these here, so we've just gone ahead and plotted it. So f of 10, that's approximately what, 50 some million. And so what we'd actually do is we would plug in the 10 here, and add it together and get the value, and we get 51.4, and that's going to be million users. Okay. And 10 again represents 2000. Now, when we plug in B, they asked for graph F and estimate the year when the number is going to be 85 million. Well, if we have our graphing calculator, what we can do is we can say, well, graph 85, graph our function, and where does that intersect? Well, that intersects right there, and that's equal to what? Well, it's equal to 12 if we actually graph it. So it's going to be like 12 point, a little under 12. If we round to the thousandth, like they have on the the equation up here, the thousandth, that's going to be 11.996, but that's going to be in the year 12. Okay, so that's really going to be when it hits that point in time. All right. So I guess the other key thing is, this is kind of the table. If we would plot points, we would go, okay, we'd plug in 9 and get this, 10 would get this, 11 would get this, 12 would get this, 13, and so on and we would probably stop at this point because we would see we're at 85 million users here. And so this is going to be our graph at that point. Now, did we actually have to do intersect on our graphing calculator? No, we could have just plotted points starting. We knew that at 10 we were at 51, so we would start basically at 10. I would say, not even at 9. I would say start at 10, do 11, do 12, do 13, start and see until the point where we actually hit the 85, which is here, and then we say, okay, we stop. That's our solution. So we'd only have to do 3 points in that case. All right, so that's all I have for this section to start you off, so hopefully that helps.